Hello, I'm Chris. I'm going to be driving a real driving test route and show you exactly what your examiner's looking for, with tips along the way to help you be safe and pass your driving test. Now I'd like you to imagine this is your driving test. This is your car, and of course, today you're going to be driving. Visualize staying calm and how confident you're going to be. Let's get started. You're going to pass this. The examiners ask you to get in the car and make yourself comfortable, but don't start the engine. They will then join you in the car and ask you a tell me question, which obviously you've answered correctly. Although they've put the sat-nav on the dashboard, they don't always want you to follow it straight away. The examiner has told you that they will direct you at first. You've been told to move off when you're ready, start the car and prepare it to go. Check mirrors and the blind spot on the right. Van approaching and you don't want to get in their way. Double check it's still safe and signal. Because you're moving off downhill, you don't need any gas. Hold the biting point, then slowly raise the clutch all the way. Check mirrors and move over to the left. The car increases speed very quickly downhill, light braking, especially for the humps. Check the interior mirror, then the left mirror before moving back to the left for anyone who might be approaching on your left. Then before moving back out to the right, check interior mirror, then the right mirror. A good way to remember the mirrors is steering with the mirrors. So interior mirror left mirror to go left, interior mirror right mirror to go right. Checking the mirrors is really important so you know who's around you. At the end of the road, turn left. Check interior mirror, signal left. Whenever you stop behind another vehicle, it's always good to be able to see their tyres and a bit of road in between, just in case they roll back, or if they break down, you'll be able to get round them. Plan to stop, but prepare to go. Double check in, really make sure it's safe. You don't want to cause another driver to slow down, stop, or swerve. You might have practiced some test routes, but you never know what's going to happen along the route. Driving is very unpredictable, so keep planning ahead and be ready for anything. Take the next road on the right, so interior mirror, right mirror, signal right. Use the central area after the island. There's no oncoming. Line up, turn. Always check what's in the road that you're turning into, as there could be parked vehicles in the way, maybe another vehicle in the middle of the road that you need to stop for, or pedestrians. It was important to use that central box back there when turning right, as it helps other drivers behind get past on the left. Here you can drive in the centre of the road if it's safe and necessary. There's no point squeezing over to the parked vehicles on the left, as oncoming still won't be able to fit through. Remember though that the tighter the gap, the slower you should drive, and be ready to use spaces when necessary. At the end of the road, turn right. Check the interior mirror, right mirror, signal right, off gas, let the hill slow down, light braking, clutch, first gear, ready to go, gas and bike to creep forward, get in the giveaway line to go underneath the mirror. This reference point might look slightly different for you, but by stopping right up at the line, it gives you the best possible view. To make hill starts easier, I definitely recommend using the parking brake, as it allows you to get the gas at the biting point without worrying about rolling backwards. Lots of observations, more gas, and slowly raise the clutch. Accelerate up to second. Check the interior mirror and overtake the bus as it's safe. Staying in this right-hand lane will keep you away from the parked vehicles. Take the second road on the left. This is the first one. Check interior mirror, left shoulder check and signal. Look out for any signs or markings. It's a one-way road. The road on the left there has give way lines, so they should give way. It was important earlier to have a quick check over your left shoulder before changing lanes, as the mirrors don't show everything. At the end of the road, turn left. Check the interior, then left mirror and signal left. If you was turning right, because it's a one-way road, you'd have to be positioned over to the right. Have quick, effective glances. Look to the right for opportunities, but also look where you're going to, as there might be a pedestrian crossing, and you don't want to hit the curb or go too far away from it. Check the interior mirror to see how close any following traffic is, and the right mirror to see if anyone's overtaken. Pull up on the left in a safe place. You'll be asked to pull up on the left 3 times during the driving test. You don't want to stop too close behind a parked vehicle, otherwise it's difficult to manoeuvre back out. It's the start of the independent driving following directions given by the sat-nav. Although the sat-nav shows what it thinks is the speed limit, it's not always accurate, so only use the sat-nav for directions. If the examiner places the sat-nav on the dashboard in a position you're not happy with, then don't be afraid to ask them to move it in a slightly different place. This is a real driving test route. Now just need to make sure it's safe to move off. If it's busy, then just be patient and wait. Don't take any risky chances to move off. Checking the interior mirror, right hand mirror, and before moving off, check the blind spot on the right. Checking the blind spot on the left isn't always necessary. Keep up to date with your mirrors and blind spot. Double check in, it's safe to go, signal and move off.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Make sure when moving off that you don't cause another driver to slow down, stop or swerve. To follow the road ahead at a roundabout, you normally need the left-hand lane, unless signs or markings show any different. Observing early to the right, that car's coming off towards where we've come from, keeping left, mirrors, signal, exit. Always look out for any signs or road markings. A 40 mph speed limit, but it's 40 after the sign. Before accelerating, check the interior mirror and the right hand mirror for anyone that might be overtaking. Don't forget in dry conditions to keep at least a 2-second gap from the vehicle in front. Of course it would be double in the wet to 4 seconds. But how do you work out the 2-second gap? Well, when that vehicle in front passes a fixed point, such as a lamppost, you count how long it takes for you to get to that lamppost. If it's less than 2 seconds, then you're too close to the vehicle in front. If it's safe, then try and make progress by getting up to the speed limit, but it does depend on factors such as road and traffic conditions and how far ahead you can see. But always drive at a speed that will allow you to stop well within the distance you can see to be clear. Be careful not to cut the corner over the hatch white markings, as they're there to separate you from oncoming traffic. The good thing about the sat-nav is that at the top of the screen it always shows you what's coming up next.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Don't forget to check the interior mirror before slowing down to see how close any following vehicles are. If they are close, then think about braking earlier and lighter. If you are going to be waiting, then you can apply the parking brake and select neutral and rest your feet. But always be prepared to go again. You won't get any faults on your driving test for not using the parking brake and selecting neutral. It's up to you, but selecting neutral and releasing the clutch puts less wear on the clutch. You can't assume every roundabout's going to be the same. At the last roundabout, we needed the left-hand lane to go ahead.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Always look out for signs and markings. Here the left lane is for turning left only, and we need to follow the road ahead second exit. No need to signal as we're going ahead. Good opportunity. Check interior mirror, left mirror, signal left. And now I need to avoid these solid white lines. Check the interior mirror, left mirror, a quick glance over your left shoulder, signal and move over to the left lane. The right hand lane is for overtaking, and a bit further up the road, turning right. If it's too busy to move over to the left lane, then just stay in the right and make progress in that lane if it's safe. The solid lines earlier were protecting vehicles joining a roundabout who are turning left, and they don't have to give way. The speed limit is still 40 miles per hour.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Turning right at the roundabout, we need the right-hand lane. Check your mirrors, over your right shoulder, signal right, and move over. If someone is next to you in the right-hand lane, then signal your intention, and one option is to slow down a little to let them go ahead, then change lanes if it's safe. The markings show that the middle lane and the right-hand lane are for turning right. Well, we're not going all the way round the roundabout and back the way we came, or overtaking, so the middle lane is best. Now it's important to keep in lane, as you don't want to get in the way of any vehicles that might be either side of you. Check the interior, left mirror, and signal left, keeping with the curb. The right-hand lane is for overtaking. Haven't seen any signs saying any different, so the speed limit is still 40 miles per hour. Plan ahead and try and anticipate what could happen next, and be ready for it. These traffic lights have been green a long time, they might change. Driving unnecessarily in the right-hand lane might annoy other drivers that want to go faster and overtake. It's a big cause of traffic congestion. As you watch this video, I want you to imagine that this is you driving on your driving test. This is how well you're going to drive. And by driving like this, you'll easily pass. As always, keep planning ahead, look out for any signs or road markings that can help. And of course the sat-nav is always showing you what's coming up next. The speed limit is about to change from 40 to 30 miles per hour. You need to get down to 30 or just below before the sign. The hill slows you down as soon as you come off the gas, so no brake needed.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
We need to move into the right-hand lane, ready to turn right at the roundabout. Check the interior mirror and right-hand mirror. The car in the right-hand lane is approaching too fast. Wait for them, check mirrors again, quick sideways glance in the blind spot area, signal, double check in, and gently steer over to the right-hand lane.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
This roundabout is controlled by traffic lights. The first exit's there, and we need the second exit. A slight hill start, gas, biting point. Interior mirror, left mirror, and signal left to exit. To do a hill start successfully, don't forget to give it some gas to help it not stall, and make sure you have the biting point so it doesn't roll backwards. The speed limit is 30 miles per hour, and after driving at 40, 30 might feel a bit slow, so keep an eye on the speed. Along the route, you'll also do one reversing manoeuvre, and maybe the emergency stop. You might also get asked to pull up on the left reasonably close behind a parked vehicle, to see how you move off again from a tight gap. As you're driving, you'll be asked one show me question.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
Remember to check the interior mirror before slowing down to see how close any following vehicles are. If they are close, then think about braking earlier and lighter.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit.
No one's at the zebra crossing. Into first gear, ready to go. They're coming off towards where we've come from. Good opportunity. As you're passing the exit before the one you want, check interior mirror, signal left, and exit. Another crossing, check both sides, no one there. You might notice the examiner occasionally tapping on their iPad, but it doesn't necessarily mean you've made a mistake. They have to take a note of certain things like you've done a hill start or answered the show me question. So try not to worry about what they're doing and just focus on your driving. If you're stopping in traffic, be careful not to block a side road, as it might prevent someone turning into that road or coming out. Looks like we can time this one without stopping. Not stopping also saves money on fuel, as a stationary car needs more fuel to get it moving. Nobody pressing the button on the crossing, so it should stay green. Keep planning ahead, try and be ready for anything. Ready to go around this car turning right, check the interior mirror and left mirror for any cyclists. The examiner is looking for a calm, controlled drive, and doesn't want to see you take any big risks. In this 35 to 40 minutes of test, the examiner has to decide whether you're safe, in control, and driving legally. If you are, then you pass. Following the road ahead, if there aren't any signs or road markings saying any different, then drive in the left lane. You could use the right hand lane here for going ahead, but you might get stuck behind someone who's turning right because they've got to give way to oncoming. 2 lanes merging into one, check interior mirror, right hand mirror, a quick sideways glance over your right shoulder for anyone overtaking at the last moment. Just thinking about that roundabout earlier, anytime you're at a roundabout or junction and unsure whether to go, maybe it's 50-50 in your mind if it's safe, then it's probably best to wait and not go. Only move off when you're absolutely sure it's safe. If the examiner thinks that you could have easily gone, then you might get a driving fault, a minor, for hesitation, but it's better than getting a serious or dangerous fault for moving off when it was unsafe. Obviously don't keep missing good, clear chances to go, otherwise it could be annoying for the drivers behind, and eventually you could foul for hesitation. Planning ahead and trying to be prepared for what could happen next is so important. There's people at the crossing, they've pressed a button. Amber light, stop, unless it's unsafe. Although you won't get any faults for not using the parking brake, using the parking brake when you have pedestrians in front of you really secures the car in case someone bumps into you from behind. Whenever you stop behind another vehicle, you always want to see their tyres and a bit of road, just in case they roll back, or if they break down, you'll be able to get round them. Keeping a safe distance from the vehicle in front gives you more time to react if they brake hard, and it's easier to see road markings such as keep clear or yellow box junctions. Stop before the cycle area.
After 300 yards, turn right.
I've got the stop line underneath the mirror, but this might look slightly different for you, depends on your height and seat position. I've put the parking brake on and selected neutral so I can come off the pedals and rest my feet. You won't get any faults on the driving test if you don't use the parking brake and neutral, but it is a bit better for the clutch if you don't hold it down when waiting for long periods of time. But always be prepared to go again. Planning ahead, the speed limit changes from 30 to 20 miles per hour. Need to be driving at 20 or below before the sign. People at the crossing, so the lights could change. Always be ready for what could happen next.
After 100 yards, turn right.
Check the interior mirror, right hand mirror, signal right, and use this central area. This gets me out of the way of drivers behind that want to pass on the left. Be prepared for a nice driver that might let you turn. Whenever you're turning into a new road, look out for any signs or road markings. Back to a 30 mile per hour speed limit. Because the parked vehicles are on our side, oncoming would have priority here. Look out for any spaces that you could use in case there's oncoming. Before moving over to the left, check the interior mirror, then the left-hand mirror for any cyclists. And before moving back out, check the interior mirror, then the right-hand mirror for anyone that might be overtaking you. A blind bend. The less you see, the slower you should drive. and always be ready for the worst. It's safer to drive right in the centre of this road. There's no point driving really close to parked vehicles on the left, as oncoming still wouldn't be able to fit. So you might as well drive right in the middle, but be ready to use spaces when you need to. That's the end of the independent driving following a sat-nav. The examiner will direct you from here. If the examiner doesn't say anything, then you're just going to be following the road ahead. It's a closed junction. Can't see very well to the left or right. Need to creep out slowly with lots of checks. The number one reason why people fail their tests in this country is not observing properly, and also a big cause of accidents. The examiner hasn't said anything, so again we're following the road ahead, and it's a wonky, staggered crossroads. It's really hard to see. Leaning forward in your seat helps, and the less you see, the slower you should emerge, ready to stop. Keeping left, ready for oncoming. Before moving out around the parked vehicle, check the interior mirror, then the right hand mirror, then the interior mirror, left mirror before moving back in, so you're aware of who's around you. It's really hard to see over the hill. Ready for oncoming that might be in the centre of the road. Don't forget, the less you see, the slower you should drive. And always look out for spaces where you could go if there was oncoming. Staying in a low gear downhill helps keep the car slow, using engine braking. Always be ready for any oncoming vehicles. You don't want to be surprised. Take the next road on the left. Check the interior mirror, left hand mirror, then signal. You'll be asked to pull up on the left 3 times during the driving test. One of those times will be on an uphill. A common mistake I see is where people brake too early and don't park well. Watch how late I brake. The hill acts as a natural brake as soon as I come off gas. Clutch, first gear, gas spike to creep forward to perfect it. Time for a hill start. Hill starts are easier with the parking brake, as it allows you to set the gas and find a biting point without the car rolling backwards. Now keep positive. Don't think about what could go wrong. Instead, focus on what you need to do, what you've practiced lots of times with your instructor. You know what to do. Clutch, first gear, a little extra gas than you would on a flat road, biting point, check mirrors, and the blind spot on the right, signal, double check in, release the parking brake, feet steady for about 3 seconds. More gas as you gently raise the clutch. Build up momentum and get more speed out of first before changing up to second. If you change up too early, then the car will struggle. It's a two-way road. Have a plan in mind where you'd go if there was oncoming. Signs and markings are so useful. Looks like we have to go this way. Cyclist ahead. We have to stop in 50 yards. This sign and solid white line means you must stop, down to 0 miles per hour. Even if the road is clear, make sure you come to a complete stop. You don't have to use the parking brake, but you can if you want. They often have a solid white line and a stop sign at dangerous junctions where accidents have happened before. There's no pressure to go. Remember to look left as well, as there could be someone or something there. How are you meant to drive on these 60-mile-per-hour country roads? Watch this video next for tips to help. Thanks a lot for watching, please like and subscribe, and bye for now.